We next come to the concept of clearance. You must have often heard of KUF, that is coefficient of ultrafiltration. Well, clearance is linked to this. K is the volume of blood which is completely cleared of a given solute per unit time. And obviously, since we want urea to be removed, it is usually measured in terms of removal of urea. But the entire clearance depends not only on the diffusion, but also on the convection and also on the adsorptive clearance. Similarly is the membrane efficiency, which is the potential of the membrane to remove the urea. And here we introduce the concept of two things. One is the mass transfer area coefficient, which is KOA, and the ultrafiltration coefficient, which is KUF. So what are these? Ultrafiltration coefficient is simply the water permeability of a membrane. How much water can it remove? And it depends on three factors: ultrafiltration flow rate, transmembrane pressure, and the membrane surface area. Also is the membrane flux, or the capacity for ultrafiltration in terms of removal of solutes. So we must understand that solutes come in different sizes. There are small molecules which are known as small molecular weight molecules, and which have a weight of less than 500 Daltons. The middle molecules have a size of 500 to 15,000 Daltons, and the larger molecules have more than 15,000 Daltons sizes. What is important to remember is that the small molecules include urea and creatinine and phosphates, which we want easily removed. So most membranes do that. But the middle molecules have a mix. Some of these we want to remove, like beta-2 microglobulin or endotoxin fragments, but we don't want to remove the vitamin B12 or parathormone. And similarly, in the large molecules also, there are some like albumin, which we don't want to remove, transferrin also, and erythropoietin also. But maybe in a case of myoglobinuria, you may want to remove the myoglobin. And so based on these sizes of molecules comes the membrane flux and the classification of dialysis membranes into low flux, high flux, super high flux, and protein leaking, which is the latest type of membranes. So what is the characteristic of a low flux dialyzer? Where a low flux membrane has an ultrafiltration rate of less than 15 ml per hour per millimeters of mercury. And the clearance of beta-2 microglobulins is also less than 15. The pore size is 1.8 nanometers, and it removes all the small solutes, which have a size of 500 Daltons, and some of the middle molecular weight molecules. The high flux dialyzers, on the other hand, have more than 15 ml per hour per millimeters of mercury, and the pore size is 3.3 nanometers. And it removes most of the middle molecular weight molecules. Super high flux membranes are those which have an ultrafiltration rate of more than 50 ml per hour per millimeters of mercury. And the protein leaking membranes, they have very large pore sizes, and they remove the more larger molecular weights.